So today we're going to be looking at the face, jaw, and neck. And this has a particular excitement for me because a lot of this has been assembling the pictures and my own thinking about the relevance of this little upper area here. I've noticed through so many bodywork modalities that there really is not very much attention paid to the release of all this. And these are critically, as we'll see, critically important muscles and neural integration of our entire system. And of course, as I look through yoga asanas, I wasn't able to find any asanas for the jaw. So we'll be doing something a little different today. I'm very excited about that. As we go through the slides, we will take a pause now and then after a certain series of slides has gone by for me to lead you into what I've developed for myself and my clients in my own relaxation, opening, balance of the facial and jaw and neck muscles. So it's going to be a little go along with me and repeat what I'm giving you written instructions for and what you can see me on the screen doing. So my hope and my expectation is that by the end of this slideshow, you're going to have a much different feeling neck, jaw, and brain. And I think it's going to be a very delightful physical up for us as we go through these slides and join with our own individual activity as I lead you through some simple things that you can put in your little toolkit of things you can do for yourself for this highly important, highly innervated, highly muscularized area. So with that, is there anything you'd like to add, Saraswati, before we proceed?
That's it.
Okay, great. So I've subtitled this face, jaw, and neck series as Stopper in the Bottle and the Gateway to the Lotus. What do I mean by that? Oh, God, I'm going to have to stop share again and come back so that I'm advancing. Don't know what keeps details going haywire here. There we go. All right, what do I mean by stopper in the bottle and gateway to the lotus? Well, we've been coming up from hips and abdomen and breath and expansion of the heart up now into this upper tier of our chakra system, our neuromuscular system. And we find, of course, the organizing location of what we refer to as the fifth chakra being here, right here in the muscles of the throat. And I would include the jaw, tongue, muscles of articulation, because this fifth chakra is about authentic expression. How do we bring our voice? How do we bring our expressiveness in its fullest capacity? How do I bring upward from my inner vitality and my heart, my authenticity as I speak, my authenticity as I use my body language? And this bridging the gap of suppressing all of the little things we don't want to say, suppressing all the little things we're afraid to say, choking back sobs, stifling yawns, all of these things that we do to limit that full muscular articulatory flowering of self emanating from the physical vitality that has been work through chakra by chakra in our yoga systems and our meditation systems. And I posit that it is the opening of the vitality and the heart energy and the authentic energy finding its self-expression through the various ramifications, vocal and body language and otherwise, of the fifth chakra that finally liberates all the energy and all the intelligence in our systems as a whole, so that we have all of these chakras, all of this self-expression, all of this capacity at our disposal. And when we are perceiving in that fullness, when we are not just peering out with our eyes and letting airwaves hit our eardrums, but we are perceptually aware on a far more expansive level to vibration, to vibes from people, to vibes from the environment around us. This is what I understand to be the opening of the third eye. And the third eye, different from the two ocular eyes, is that eye with which we see not just objects in space, but interconnections between ourselves and the objects in space, the surrounding energy around us, the planetary field, if you will, the cosmic field, and that all-important vibrational connection we have as individuals connecting with each other, so that I'm not just looking at your face and looking at your body, but I'm feeling that emanation coming from you and those invisible, unstated connections that flow back and forth between the two of us that add such a powerful dimension to the simple verbal expression of my words, that words have only actually a small fraction of what I get from information when you're speaking to me and I'm speaking to you. It is this deeper level of communicative vibe that is passing forth between the two of us. And that is what I understand to be this function of the third eye, the seeing not of light waves and photons and wavelengths, but wavelengths of a very different kind. And when we begin to perceive on that level, and that perception on that level emanates from the entire organization of our organic system, that is when the full opening and acceptance of cosmic energy, the full radiation of my own organic energy out into the cosmos as it becomes part of the mix of greater mind from my smaller mind, from my individual mind, and this connection begins to really flow as an output from my whole energetic system and an input from all of the fields around me, be they human, planetary, solar system, and on out into greater space and greater mind, if you will. So that's the stopper in the bottle and the opening of the lotus point of view I have, if you will. Now, at the outset, I want to point out that the muscles of the face and the jaw, and the upper trapezius especially, are innervated by cranial nerves. We have visited this cranial nerve connection and significance before. What is it? That the cranial nerves come directly out of the base of the brain, and they don't go down into the spinal cord with all those interconnected reflex systems that we have talked about as we've looked at through the function of the spinal cord, gamma motor system, innervation of our muscles. The significance of that cranial exit from the base of the brain is that just above that exit of the cranial nerves is my emotional center of my brain processing. And this means that the coursing of the emotions through my felt system is has a very direct channel through the cranial nerves down to the muscles that they innervate. Face, jaw, and muscles of the neck. Upper trapezius, some of the muscles of my throat, and the muscles of my vocal articulation.